Ariel, I would like to go back, and I want to know how you got a start in soccer.
I started playing when I was 6 years old. My sister, who was 2 years older than me, who is 2 years older than me, started playing soccer first, and everything she did, I did. There's a story where she fell down one time and she like injured her foot, and I went to the exact same place where she fell down, and I acted like I injured the same exact part of my leg. So literally anything she did, I did. And so since she started playing at 8 years old, I was right there with her. And ever since then, have been enjoying it playing.
How do you remember your childhood?
I have a lot of fond memories of my childhood. I have two younger brothers, one older sister, so there's a lot of us in the household, and we were kind of constantly doing different activities, different things, different sports. And so I guess that's the biggest thing that I remember about my childhood, growing up in Oakland, California.
When was the last time you saw your family?
My mom actually was here for this past game. She came to Mexico City, which was super awesome. But I haven't been home for a year. Yeah. And I haven't been in Oakland for a year. So it's been some time.
It was difficult.
It can be difficult to go home. You don't have a lot of breaks like throughout the season. But it is nice because my family comes here to Mexico City a lot. But yeah, definitely miss Oakland sometimes.
What was the lesson that you take away from that time in Iceland?
I can enjoy, like, there's so much more to life. Soccer is life, it is everything, but I also think there is life outside of soccer, and that it's important to also nourish those aspects of yourself, those aspects of like exploring your likes and your loves and different things outside of soccer. And Iceland was a time for me to do that, which I really appreciated.
And do you think Mexico, Iceland are very different cultures?
So different, like in all the ways. Iceland, very slow pace. Everyone has very fair skin and like very light eyes. Whereas I think here it's a bit more diverse and it's very fast paced, like it's very city like. Whereas Iceland's very rural and like nothing was really going on. Whereas in Mexico City, there's always something happening.
What made you interested in playing in the Mexican Women's Soccer League?
Yeah, so while I was in Iceland, actually, I saw Sarah Lubert. Me and Sarah Lubert played together at Chicago Red Stars, and she had just started playing with Club America. And so I saw on her stories just the life outside of soccer. So like trajineras, the tacos, like those kinds of things, which I thought was awesome. And then I also saw how like soccer in Mexico just seemed to be growing. Like she was playing in front of a bunch of fans and she was just loving it so much. And so I think seeing that, I was definitely intrigued by the league and did some research, talked to my agent, and luckily was able to come out here next.
What was the easiest part and also the most difficult part about being far from home?
Yeah, I definitely, just the comfort of like speaking English or having, it's just so different culturally in terms of like the food and just even the way of being. And so I think when I first arrived, I definitely missed those aspects of home and just family. But I do think I was able to quickly adjust to life out here, which was pretty awesome too.
And about the Spanish?
Yeah, so I've been here 3.5 years now and I understand everything. I definitely need to talk more to improve my speaking, but I can get by. I think people understand what I'm trying to say, which is nice.
Can you say hola, adios, or that kind
Sí.
of?
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Soy Aerial Chavarin.
Good. How did you come to join Cruz Azul and be part of one of the most important teams in Mexico?
Yeah, so I was with Pumas for 3 years, but once my time there came to an end, I definitely still wanted to be in Mexico City. I love this city so much. And so when Cruz Azul reached out to my agent, it was almost a no-brainer to stay with Cruz Azul. I enjoy being a part of an underdog type of team, and I think Cruz Azul definitely has that like gritty underdog mentality. And so, yeah, it was a no-brainer when they reached out to my agent.
Ariel, what do you enjoy the most about training and playing at the Noria?
I think the environment is such an intimate, like nice environment. And so to be able to, one, just be so close to my teammates and have that support both on and off the field, but then two, the support of the fans and them being so like close to us, it almost feels like. I think those are two things that I really enjoy about playing at Lenore.
Ariel, you are one of the most important figures here and players on the team. And recently, you scored a hat trick versus Atlas 2 weeks ago. Which of those goals do you remember the most and why?
I think the third goal I can remember the most simply because it was the identity of Cruz Azul through and through. The way we high pressured, we won the ball, and then I think Peppa is the one who won the ball. She passed it to Naomi, and then Naomi sent me the most beautiful, perfect ball ever. I literally did not have to move or do anything, which I think is like in essence who we are as Cruz Azul. Like we work together, we high press, and like they make my job so easy. And so definitely the third goal I remember the most.
And in your career?
And it was raining, it was lightning, it was thundering. I was not used to that because in the United States, if that starts happening, they would literally take us off the field. But I just remember that so clearly. But I also remember, I think I scored 2 goals that game. And the second one, it was such a gritty goal. And I think it went in because of the rain and the weather. And so, I don't know, it all just came full circle in that moment. Like I'm where I'm supposed to be. So I guess that might be my favorite one in my career.
You are the Asia are two of the players taking part in the All-Star game against Barcelona. What does that opportunity means to you?
It's definitely really exciting. I think that it's an honor to be chosen to even play in that game, and I'm excited to show up and give it our all, and even to meet and interact and be able to play with other girls from the league, I think is exciting as well. And so, yeah, I think it's just exciting. That's the word that I think of that I would say.
What do you think matches like this are important for the players in the Mexican League?
I think it gives us visibility. I think we're growing so fast, we're working so hard, and I think it's showing. And I think this is another example, a way that we can show, who we are, how we've been working, and it's just a great opportunity for sure.
Do you do something special before a match?
Oh yes, absolutely. I'm very routine. I come and walk the field no matter where we're playing, and then I meditate for 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how much time we have. And then I have a pretty strict mobility routine just to get my body prepared. And I listen to a certain playlist while I'm doing the routine. And then I think one little quirky thing is I put my left shin guard in before my right shin guard, and then I'm ready to go.
The mental health is important in a sport. How do you manage that your mental health in a soccer that it as demanding?
Yeah, I love that question. I actually studied psychology in college, and so mental health is definitely something that is really important to me. And I think what helps me is the biggest thing, leaning on my community, my family, my friends. My boyfriend lives here now, and so just really leaning on them. And then another thing, I'm really big on journaling, meditating, even reframing my thoughts and being really intentional and aware about what's going on internally. And so, yeah, kind of just, I guess, holistically making sure my mind is right, my body is right, and that I'm leaning on my community, which really helps me.
And finally, Cruz Azul is one of the most important teams here in Mexico. Which is your biggest dream here in the Mexican League with Cruz Azul?
Win a championship. We're going to do it. I believe in us. I think that we have so much potential and we're finally really tapping into it. And so excited to continue growing with this team, and we will win a championship.
And Ariel, I took a photo from your Instagram, and I want to know that what would you tell her?
Oh my God.
That young girl.
Gosh, this is so cute. I'm gonna tear up. Also, I have a really big head, which is kind of funny to look at. But I think I would tell my younger self to keep going, to not let what anyone has to say, get in your head and impact you in a negative way. And I think most importantly, to know your why, understand why you're playing, what keeps you going every single day, and remember that, especially in the times where you might feel down or being hard on yourself, or everyone seems to be being hard on you. Just remember your why. I think that's what I would tell my younger self.